Talented singer Amy Winehouse found dead in her London home. She was just 27.
What is it about the age of 27 that seems to haunt the world of rock and roll? Legends like Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Kurt Cobain.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Dave.
And I'm Kurt.
And we are Nirvana.
I've been in a band. Ever since we've had this band going, I've wanted that kind of a sound because it sounds so natural and real.
Soared to unimaginable heights of fame, only to fall tragically at this same mysterious age. Was it the pressure of stardom, the pull of excess, or something even darker? Their music lives on, but their untimely deaths left us wondering, why 27? Today, we're unraveling the mystery of the infamous 27 Club, rockstars who died far too soon at the age of 27.
But I know there's a heart in there somewhere.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to be on the brink of stardom, only to have it all tragically cut short? Chris Austin, a name cherished in the bluegrass and country music world, was one of those rare talents whose life ended far too soon. Chris grew up in North Carolina, surrounded by the roots of Appalachian music. His passion for bluegrass and country shone through in every note he played. While working as a sideman for Ricky Skaggs, Austin's skill with the guitar and mandolin caught the industry's attention. His voice carried a storytelling charm that resonated deeply with fans, and his songwriting promised a bright future. Chris Austin wasn't just a performer, he was a rising star who seemed destined for greatness. But on March 16, 1991, tragedy struck. At just 27 years old, Austin lost his life in a devastating plane crash near San Diego. He was traveling with members of Reba McEntire's band when their private jet collided with a mountain. The crash claimed the lives of everyone on board, including musical director Kurt Cobain, guitarist Michael Thomas, bassist Terry Jackson, and several others.
All through this crash site, you find personal effects, reminders of the individuals who died here.
The loss sent shockwaves through the music world, cutting short multiple promising careers in an instant.
Singer Amy Winehouse found dead in her London home. She was just 27.
What happens when a voice that feels like pure soul collides with the pressures of fame? Amy Winehouse wasn't just a singer. She was a sensation who seemed to channel decades of jazz, soul, and rhythm and blues into every song. Amy's rise to fame began with her debut album, Frank, which showcased her jazz influences and raw talent. But it was her second album, Back to Black, that skyrocketed her to international stardom. Hits like Rehab and You Know I'm No Good weren't just catchy. They were confessions resonating with anyone who had ever struggled with love or life. Despite her success, Amy's life was marked by tumultuous relationships and battles with addiction. On July 23, 2011, the world lost her to alcohol poisoning at just 27 years old. Her passing felt like a punch to the gut for fans who connected deeply with her music. Her story is one of brilliance overshadowed by pain, but she wasn't the first young star whose life was cut short in such a shocking way. Before her, there was a rock and roll singer from the late 1950s with a voice dubbed the Sheik of Shake. His story is lesser known, but equally haunting. What do you do when the voice of your generation is silenced before it truly finds its wings? Dickie Pride, known as the Sheik of Shake, was a rock and roll trailblazer in late 1950s Britain, captivating audiences with his electrifying stage presence and unforgettable voice. Born Richard Neller, Pride made waves in the rock and roll scene with his dynamic performances and energy. Discovered by producer Larry Parnes, who shaped the careers of many early British rock stars, Pride was signed to a management deal that pushed him into the limelight. His hit single, Slippin' and Slidin', showcased his raw talent and helped establish him as a rising star. But unlike some of his peers, Dickie's fame flickered rather than burned. Pride's career took a sharp downturn as he struggled with mental health issues and substance abuse. His life came to a tragic end on March 26, 1969, when he died of an accidental overdose of sleeping pills. He was only 27 years old. But Dickie's isn't the only story of promise lost too soon. Up next, we delve into the life of a bassist who brought haunting melodies to the forefront of rock. Gary Thane's music set him apart, but his struggles pulled him under. Stay with us to uncover the rise and tragic fall of this unforgettable talent. Have you ever heard a bass line so hauntingly beautiful it stays with you long after the music stops? Gary Thane, the bassist for Uriah Heep, was a master of his craft, weaving melodies that gave rock music a soulful depth few could match. Born in New Zealand, Thane's journey began in the local music scene before joining the Keith Hartley Band, where his skill as a bassist began to shine. His big break came when he became a member of the legendary rock band Uriah Heep. Thane's work on albums like Demons and Wizards and The Magician's Birthday helped define the band's signature sound, blending heavy rock with intricate melodic bass lines. He wasn't just playing bass, he was creating art. But success came with its challenges. Thane struggled with drug addiction, a battle that would ultimately cost him his place in the band. Tragically, on December 8, 1975, he succumbed to a heroin overdose at just 27 years old. His death marked the end of a remarkable, yet too brief career that left an indelible mark on rock music. Gary Thane's story is one of brilliance and heartbreak, but it's not the only one in the 27 Club that lingers in our collective memory. Up next, we explore the life of a grunge icon whose music defined a generation. His meteoric rise ended in tragedy, leaving fans to grapple with a loss that felt deeply personal. Stay tuned to uncover the legacy of Kurt Cobain.
Chris. And I'm Dave.
And I'm Kurt.
And we are Nirvana!
Have you ever felt like someone's music could read your soul? For an entire generation, Kurt Cobain was that voice. As the frontman of Nirvana, he became the reluctant face of grunge, channeling the raw emotions of the 1990s through hits like Smells Like Teen Spirit and Come As You Are. Cobain's journey began in Aberdeen, Washington, where he formed Nirvana in 1987. Their breakthrough album, Nevermind, changed music forever, making him an icon almost overnight.
I've been in a band. Ever since we've had this band going, I've wanted that kind of a sound because it sounds so natural and real.
But fame came with crushing pressure and an unrelenting spotlight he struggled to escape. On April 5th, 1994, the world was stunned by news of Cobain's passing. His battles with addiction and inner struggles were well known, but his death at just 27 felt like the end of an era. Fans were left mourning a voice that spoke to their deepest feelings, a talent gone far too soon. Cobain's music still resonates today, reminding us of the intensity and fragility of genius. But his isn't the only story. Before Nirvana, another musician paved the way for alternative rock, leaving behind an unforgettable legacy. His name was Chris Bell, and his journey is just as powerful. Have you ever heard music so poignant it feels like it's meant just for you? That was the gift Chris Bell gave us. As a founding member of Big Star, Bell helped pioneer power pop, blending shimmering melodies with introspective lyrics that resonated deeply with listeners. Chris Bell's rise began in Memphis, Tennessee, where he co-founded Big Star in the early 1970s. Their debut album, #1 record, was a critical masterpiece, hailed for its innovative sound and heartfelt songwriting. Bell's contributions, including the hauntingly beautiful track 13, showcased his immense talent. Despite its acclaim, the album didn't achieve commercial success during its time, leading Bell to leave the band. Yet his influence on alternative rock and power pop only grew posthumously. Tragically, on December 27, 1978, Chris Bell's life was cut short in a car accident. He was just 27 years old. The loss of such a promising artist left a void in the music world. Over time, his work has gained the recognition it deserved, inspiring countless artists and cementing his legacy as a cult favorite. But Chris Bell's story is just one chapter in the 27 Club. Next, we'll dive into the life of a musician whose voice was as tender as it was powerful. A key figure in the 1970s soft rock scene, Peter Ham's story is both inspiring and heartbreaking. Don't miss what's next. What happens when a talent destined for greatness is overwhelmed by life's darkest struggles? Pete Ham, the creative force behind Badfinger, left behind a musical legacy as haunting as the melodies he wrote. Ham's rise began in the late 1960s when he joined the band that would become Badfinger. Signed to the Beatles' Apple Records, they soared with hits like No Matter What and Day After Day. But it was Ham's ballad, Without You, later immortalized by Harry Nilsson, that showcased his unmatched gift for songwriting, songs that could pierce the soul with their emotion. Despite their success, the band faced relentless financial struggles due to mismanagement and industry betrayal. On April 24, 1975, after facing mounting personal and professional difficulties, Ham's life came to a sudden, tragic end at just 27 years old. Pete Ham's songs live on, echoing his brilliance and heartbreak. Next, we turn to the story of a punk rock pioneer whose raw energy and rebellious spirit helped define a genre. Dave Alexander's legacy is one of defiance, influence, and untimely loss. Have you ever wondered what it takes to ignite a musical revolution? For Dave Alexander, the bassist of the Stooges, it was raw energy, fearless creativity, and a sound that helped shape the future of punk rock. Alexander was instrumental in the formation of the Stooges, joining the band in 1967. His powerful driving bass lines became the backbone of their early albums, including the iconic Fun House. With Iggy Pop's chaotic stage presence and Alexander's steady groove, the Stooges laid the groundwork for punk music, influencing countless bands that came after them. Alexander's contributions were subtle but essential, giving the band's raw sound a depth that resonated with fans of rebellion and innovation. Unfortunately, his time with the band was cut short due to struggles with alcohol, which led to his dismissal in 1970. On February 10, 1975, Alexander passed away from pulmonary edema, a complication of his drinking, at just 27 years old. His death marked the end of a brief but impactful career, and his role in shaping punk's early days remains undeniable. Dave Alexander's story reminds us of the fragility behind the loudest voices in music. Up next, we turn to a rising star in the 1990s punk scene. Mia Zapata, the lead singer of the Gits, had a voice full of fury and soul, but her story is one of both triumph and tragedy. Stay tuned to learn more. What if a voice that could shake the walls and stir your soul was silenced far too soon? Mia Zapata, the powerhouse vocalist of the Gits, left an indelible mark on the punk rock scene with her raw, emotional delivery and fearless spirit. Zapata's journey began in Louisville, Kentucky, where she discovered her passion for music at a young age. After moving to Seattle, she became the front woman of the Gits, a band that captured the gritty DIY ethos of the punk movement. With songs like Second Skin, Zapata's vocals channeled fury, vulnerability, and resilience, setting her apart in a male-dominated scene. The Gits' electrifying performances earned them a devoted following, and they were poised for greater success. Tragically, Mia's life was cut short on July 7, 1993. While walking home late at night, she was brutally attacked and murdered. Her death sent shockwaves through the music community, and her case remained unsolved for nearly a decade. In 2003, DNA evidence led to the arrest and conviction of Jesus Mezquia, a Cuban native with a history of assaults on women. Investigators believe Mezquia, who did not know Zapata, attacked her at random. He was sentenced to 36 years in prison. Up next, we'll explore the mysterious disappearance of Richie Edwards, the enigmatic lyricist and guitarist of Manic Street Preachers. His story is as haunting as his words. What happens when an artist's genius is overshadowed by mystery and unanswered questions? Richie Edwards, the lyricist and rhythm guitarist for Manic Street Preachers, left behind a legacy of poetic brilliance and a disappearance that still haunts the music world. Edwards was the creative heart of the Welsh alternative rock band, known for their searing lyrics and rebellious spirit. His writing was unapologetically raw, confronting themes of alienation, mental struggle, and political unrest. Albums like The Holy Bible showcased Edwards' intense, introspective vision, earning him a reputation as one of rock's most profound lyricists.
That was our big ultimate aim. We wanted to be the perfect band that could make a record that sold globally, millions.
His magnetic stage presence and enigmatic personality only deepened the band's mystique in the 1990s. But behind the sharp intellect and electrifying performances, Edwards faced personal battles that weighed heavily on him. On February 1st, 1995, just before the band's U.S. tour, he vanished without a trace. His abandoned car was found near the Severn Bridge, igniting decades of speculation and countless theories about his fate. In 2008, he was officially declared presumed dead, though his disappearance remains unsolved. Richie Edwards' story is one of genius intertwined with mystery, a legacy shaped by his powerful words and the enduring questions he left behind. The 27 Club remains a chilling reminder of the toll that fame and fortune can take on even the brightest stars. Their lives may have ended too soon, but their legacies resonate with every note of their music. Which of these legends left the biggest mark on your life? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of music's triumphs and tragedies. Until next time, keep the music alive, and remember to cherish the artists who inspire us.